Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello. Welcome to Modern Warfare 2. I am incredibly tired because I've had a long week of work, and I'm kind of de-stressing, but at the same time I'm not, if that makes sense. I literally am basically recording this the day before it goes up. I'm recording this on Monday. But yeah, I'm basically recording this the day before the Destiny 2 showcase and the new season and everything. And usually my rule when it comes to new season stuff, is usually I wait until the Monday, but I'm probably gonna start doing it on the Friday. Oh wow, I forgot to put on, I forgot to start favoriting my loading screens, but I meant to start doing that more. There are a couple of screens I do like. That's not one of them, unfortunately. But we are playing on the new map Puntamar, which is in Las Almas. And we're using the new M13B, or M13C, I believe what it's called. M13C, which is, if you're curious, essentially a submachine gun version of the M13. I've already leveled this thing up basically to max level, and I have it set up to be a little bit more rangy. It's still an assault rifle, but it has a lot less range and a little bit more damage. And it has the blackout rounds, 300 blackout, which means it's good for stealth. You can unlock this by, well, actually, by the time this goes up, you won't be able to unlock this anymore. At least as far as I'm aware, you might not be able to. I actually have no idea what's going to happen if you don't get it during the event. But you would unlock this by completing the challenges associated in the new event in Warzone for the reveal of Modern Warfare 3, which is what I'm actually going to partially be talking about today, at least for the first section of this video. A lot has been sort of revealed officially and unofficially, and then officially revealed after unofficially, because Call of Duty is doing this thing that I've actually been a really big fan of, where whenever stuff gets leaked, whenever stuff gets leaked, they've been basically saying, screw it, let's just confirm it. And a lot of stuff that has been leaked has basically just been outright confirmed now. So, I'll talk about some of the things that were leaked and now confirmed. One of them is the fact that it is going to be map voting. Classic minimap, so if you don't know how classic minimap works, classic minimap essentially works the way you would expect if you played any other Call of Duty before Modern Warfare 2019. The way it works is, whenever you shoot your gun on the minimap, and it's not suppressed, it will immediately appear on the radar as a red dot, like as if you had a UAV going off. In every game after Modern Warfare 2019, that was no longer the case. On top of that, Ghost will work how it does in every other game before Modern Warfare 2019, which is, if you are standing still and a UAV pings you, you will not be on radar, which is good. Map voting, again, it's going to be coming back, which basically means that if you're playing on any sort, if you're playing in, let's say, TDM or Domination, and you get a map that you don't like, you will basically be getting you'll have the option of skipping the map or voting for a different map. I don't know if it's going to be the Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 system of map voting, or it's going to be like the traditional Treyarch and the Treyarch style map voting. I hope it's Treyarch style map voting, but I also wouldn't be mine to just have vote skip, like you would in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 2 and 3. But other things that were revealed, Zombies is confirmed to be coming out with Modern Warfare 3. The big thing that people are saying with Zombies is it's not going to be that great because it's made by Treyarch and not another Treyarch game, and it's going to be like Vanguard but worse. I don't care. For me, I just care if they're zombies. That's how I always have been when it comes to, in general, zombies stuff. Is there zombies? Can I shoot a gun at the zombies? Is it Treyarch? Or is it, or most importantly, is it something to do? Yes. Okay, good, it's a good zombies mode. If it's like more like Exos where it feels like it gets very boring very quickly, that's sort of like my line of like, that's a bad zombies experience. And even then, it's very hard for me to have a zombie experience that I don't like. I'm very hard to disappoint when it comes to a lot of things. Which probably is, depending on who you ask, is the bad thing. It's like, I don't set my expectations high for anything anymore because I'm always afraid of getting disappointed. So that's why I go in with open mind. As well as I go into all games nowadays with I like going into games blind because it lets you form an actual opinion on a game without it being tainted by content creators, reviewers, etc. That's why I'm excited for Starfield, because I haven't gotten to play a single player Bethesda game on launch ever. So being able to explore an entirely new game in the style of like Skyrim or Fallout 4 or Fallout 3, New Vegas, stuff like that. I haven't been able to experience the launch of one of those games ever. So that's why I'm excited for Starfield, which I will not be doing a series on, because a game like that is going to be a lot harder to do a series on because of the fact that there's so much, it's brand new and it's big. A game like New Vegas, where it's been out for a while, I feel more comfortable doing because I know sort of what I want to do. Because while I have not played New Vegas, I do know a decent amount about it, so it's not like I'm going into it 100% blind. But that being said, I got hit by a cruise missile inside. That's fun. But yeah, that being said, I do hope to do some video on Starfield outside of, like, it's not going to be a series. It'll be something like the Skyrim clips, like funny glitches, funny moments, just stuff like that. I won't be recording my voice, unless I'm in a call with somebody and it's like that, which could very well be the case. I could be just, I have been debating on doing essentially the equivalent of playing games while in a call and then uploading random bits and funny moments that I say with random friends, because there are some funny things that I have a couple friends and I say when we're playing games. It's mainly between me and Evie, because we sometimes will burst out laughing and be nearly lightheaded when we're laughing so hard at something. It's a lot of stuff when we're watching videos and stuff like that, or streaming movies or something like that, but regardless, it's been an idea I've been toying with. And as for other... How are you up there? That's a legit spot to be. Never mind. I'm about to say, I thought you were up higher. I was about to say, huh? Greetings! But with MWIII, there is a rumor that Verdansk is coming back, and... Yeah, no, I don't think that's the case. They've already been very blatantly clear on Verdansk isn't coming back. Unless it's in zombies, in which case... Cool. I actually don't mind that. Because the zombies mode is is basically confirmed to be a lot like DMZ, where it's basically 60 minutes of running around, getting loot, all that sort of stuff, and then having to extract at the end. So I'm okay with that as long as it has replay value in terms of like stuff to do. There's going to be like story stuff. It is going to be related to Dark Ether, so it's going to be interesting if they're going to be continuing that story in like correctly, or if they're going to be just trying to toss in a story to tie in. It just happens to tie in. But I am still I'm still excited regardless. Also, it is confirmed that we are getting 16 maps at launch, and they are all the Modern Warfare 2 classic maps. So I think that's Terminal, High Rise. I don't know all of the maps for Modern Warfare 2, but like stuff like Terminal, High Rise, Terminal, High Rise. I don't know all the maps. Those are the only two I really know off the top of my head. Because the Scrapyard's another one. I don't know all of the Modern Warfare 2 maps off the top of my head. I don't play much Modern Warfare 2. It's not my favorite game that I've played. Trying to think of other stuff that was revealed. Let's head on over to Call of Duty's Twitter, and I will read some stuff off. Obviously, there is the Vault Edition. You get 4 different bundles, as you obviously can see right here in the store. You know, this Vault Edition. To show you what it gives you. It gives you the following things here. You get this immediate Modern Warfare 2, which is available in Modern Warfare 3. There's also going to be a game... Oh, yeah. As we're recording this, there's going to be a gameplay premiere tomorrow during the showcase of Destiny 2 of Modern Warfare 3. So, that's going to be fun. I'm not going to be able to cover it, but that'll be interesting. Obviously, weapons from Modern Warfare 2 from this game are going to be available to be used in Modern Warfare 3. Which is going to be interesting, because it's the first time we've had full-on carryover. And then comes the news that Modern Warfare 3 is actually technically an update to Modern Warfare 2, which, if you haven't noticed on your consoles, which I will try and see if I can do by running into their spawn and killing it. Killing that person. It's just called Call of Duty now. Because on all platforms, it's essentially Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has become Call of Duty HQ, and presumably, it's basically going to be a Call of Duty hub for all new and upcoming Call of Duties, which I'm okay with, because it'll allow them to most likely do, means they'll most likely be able to do more. Ooh, whoa, that's a tweet from Bungie I'll have to look at momentarily. It means they'll most likely be able to do more carryover, which would be fun, especially if we're going to be getting a new Call of Duty, new Black Ops game. Because that'll be interesting. And especially for Warzone, if it makes things easier for Warzone as well, I'll gladly take it. Especially with the idea of the fact that they actually are trying to do this new seamless engine type thing. Them making it all 1EXE, I think, is going to be the best for them. Yeah, it seems lazy, but at the same time, it'll work better that way. Okay, here's a tweet for everything from... Okay, here's a big tweet for everything coming from Call of Duty themselves. It was tweeted out 3 days ago. Okay, first details of Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, including maps, gameplay mechanics, and more. Iconic maps at launch, Modern Warfare gameplay. Afghan, Derail, Estate, Favela, Karachi, High Rise, Invasion, Quarry, Rundown, Rust, Scrapyard, Skid Row, Subbase, Terminal, Underpass, Wasteland, large-scale battle maps, and a colossal war map. Meaning it's most likely going to be war as in, like, the old-school World at War game mode, or it's going to be war as in World War II war. Which, if that's the case, oh boy, I'm going to be so excited. Gameplay changes in terms of different things that they're going to be doing. Ooh, that's different. Ooh, what the hell? Ooh. This looks cool. I like the look of this. Attack stance trades, precise accuracy for improved mobility and handling. Below military equipment such as gloves, vests, boots, and more, so it's going to be custom, like, more cosmetic stuff, which is... Knowing Call of Duty, those are going to be sold in bundles like crazy, or they're actually going to be stat performing, and as long as they're not sold in bundles and they're game breaking, that should be fine. Most likely cosmetic, though. That'd be my guess. I think Call of Duty realizes the mistake they would do if they did that. Aftermarket parts lead to new customization, progression, and challenges. There's going to be aftermarket parts, presumably that are going to be customization options for different weapons that will basically make the weapons perform differently and or look different. We don't know much else about that one specifically. MP features at launch. Map voting. Classic mini-map behavior with red dots for unsuppressed weapons. So if it's a weapon that is integrally suppressed or has a suppressor, it will be invisible, like normal old school Call of Duty. Perks available at the start of each match, meaning essentially all the perks you equip in a loadout will be available at the start of the match. Which I do kind of prefer because it's like, I like the idea of what they did with Modern Warfare 2, it's just not quite the greatest thing. Covert Sneakers perk allows for silent movement, i.e. dead silence as a perk. Core health's increased to 150 for an increased TTK. So it's going to be more in line with Black Ops 4's TTK, I would say. Probably Black Ops 4 or Vanguard. For us, like, a TTK that's slower, but, like, not so slow that it feels like you're bullet sponging. Because I think I think Black Ops 4 is really good with that, where it didn't feel like everything was melted, or it didn't feel like everything took too long. And then, movement updates. I really don't care about movement. I know a lot of people are freaking nutty about, like, broken movement. But for those people who are nutty about movement, especially back when they were a bug that were not supposed to be in the game to begin with, slide animations can be canceled, but will not reset tack sprint. So you can essentially slide cancel, but it will not reset your tack sprint. So tack sprint is whenever you hold your gun up like this, and you get a burst of speed. This is just normal sprinting. If you slide, you would be able to cancel it in older games where you would basically cancel and then doing either like another sprint or any of that nature. You can cancel it, but it now will no longer reset attack sprint, so that's good because it was definitely a lot broken and not as useful.
Counter UAV is returning to base.
Cancel reload, enemies to return fire with leftover ammo. So in Modern Warfare 2, if you try to reload cancel, it will have only the animation partially finished. So you'll have to finish the reload. You cannot cancel a reload. So if I do this, notice how it basically forced me to finish the reload? Usually able to YY to cancel it, you can't anymore. Longer tactical sprint durations, which recharges while normally sprinting. Which is good, because if you attack sprint, double tap the sprint button, and you go like this and try attack sprint again, you just can't. So it won't let you attack sprint until you either rest like this, and then try it again. There's an internal cooldown on it. But now it'll cool down while you're sprinting, so that when you attack sprint and you end, and then you start sprinting again, obviously I'm attack sprinting now, but you notice it didn't last as long. Essentially, while you're sprinting, your attack sprint will be recharging. That's good. I'll talk about a little bit of campaign stuff. Campaign introduces open combat missions, or OCMs, within a full blockbuster campaign. Those players play how they want to play with multiple methods of completion. I will not be doing multiple playthroughs of the campaign, but I will make a video on alternate paths on certain missions if they say, hey, you should probably do this stealthily. I'll basically be doing a campaign playthrough once, and then maybe in a stream, I will try and complete them in multiple different ways for achievement's sake. Or maybe we'll do multiple achievements for a mission if it seems doable. I will only be doing an actual main campaign playthrough once because it's just easier that way. What else? I think that's mainly everything that we've gotten. Just checking to see if Twitter's updated anything.
Enemy bomb drone is in the area.
That is a really cool looking armor set. I basically just saw the tweet that Bungie did showing off the new armor set. I don't know if that's a seasonal armor or the ornament. If that's the ornament, goddamn, that looks good. We can literally become grass. That's great. Now, I will talk about a couple things relating back to Modern Warfare 3 that I am somewhat worried about. And not necessarily worried about, it's more or less just things that we haven't really heard much about. One is leveling, because I want to know if we're getting a separate leveling system, or if the leveling system will be essentially, for the first few months of the season, will basically be our Modern Warfare 2 levels, and then it resets with Season 1, because I'll take that regardless. Or... why it didn't let me do the finisher there, I don't know. Or if it's going to be a lot more like Cold War, or if it's going to be a lot more like old school COD, or maybe they might be changing it up entirely, where it's going to continue, you basically get to continue your levels entirely. That was an amazing nade, holy shit. That you went, what? We're expect me to Kobe that nade, huh, bud? Hello. Idiot.
Requesting counter UAV. Requesting recon flyover.
UAV, copy. UAV is on station. Recon online.
Ain't got shit. Too much of a gamer. Ouch, gas. Ouch, gas. Good one. Okay. But yeah, in terms of like concerns, I'm hoping the mastery camo grind for the new camo Modern Warfare 3 cut, because it is confirmed the carryover stuff, essentially weapons like this that have polyatomic on it, will keep polyatomic, but they will not get the new camo. Weapons that have the new camo in Modern Warfare 3 will not be able to get polyatomic in Orion. So I'm hoping that the new camo is good, and I hope there is enough weapons that warrant the grind being enough, and it's not completed within a season type thing. I also hope that the I also want to hope that the entire game as a whole, in terms of, again, in terms of content, to be worth grinding out because of everything else. Like, because I don't want the game to be bogged down by problem. It's gonna be bogged down by problems. It's Call of Duty. I don't want it to be bogged down by a lack of things to do. Just because it's essentially well, people say, "Oh, it's an expansion." Yada yada. It technically is not an expansion. It's just everything that's in Modern Warfare 2 is carrying over to a new game. It seems like Modern Warfare 3 right now, what is Modern Warfare 3 was essentially going to be essentially a story update and then a big map and content update, and then to hold us over to the next Call of Duty game. But it seems like stuff has changed and is now becoming a full-fledged experience. That's why we're getting zombies and stuff like that. I feel like zombies was the thing that... Whoa, okay, that's odd. It's because the event ended. Or it should be ending shortly. Yeah, 15 minutes in the event left. 15 minutes. I actually have to check. Do I have my freaking... I still don't have that Rat Pack bundle. I'm actually getting mad about that. Oh, I'm also showing this off in the store. You have the, one, you have two, actually have a couple of new bundles. There's a lot of new bundles in the store right now. You have Demon S for Callista. You have a new Battle Buddy. You have the Hans Zimmer music pack, which if you want to spend 1,400 coppins, you can get that. And that's about it. Honestly, about it. In terms of content that's actually worth getting. But yeah, there's a lot going on in terms of games that I'm very much just... because here's the thing, I'm hesitant to want to get super excited. Because I don't want to get overhyped for something that may or may not happen, you know? And I don't want to get screwed over by the game just not having enough content. Because, or not necessarily the game not having enough content, but like the game kind of, ooh, no, there. I'm just gonna definitely favorite that one regardless. I'm more worried about the game not necessarily not having enough content, but I'm more worried about it being... I'm worried about it being like less than expected, if that makes sense. I'm worried about it being a situation where there is no... I don't want to say there's no reason to do it other than the campaign and zombies, but I want there to be a reason to grind out the multiplayer on that game other than camos, you know? I want there to be, like... Obviously, after camos, for me, there's not really much else I could do other than, like, seasonal challenges and levels. But I want there to be more to do in that game that isn't just the basic same old, same old. I want there to be challenges to earn cosmetics for characters, or earn even more new characters and stuff like that. But regardless, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was mainly a rant about Modern Warfare 3 and my concerns with it. But tomorrow, or today as you're watching this, obviously, but tomorrow will be the reaction and everything to the showcase. Thursday will be the normal Halo Infinite episode, and then Friday will be the season of the... Season 22. I don't know, we haven't gotten a name for the season yet. It'll be Season 22's... Season 22's opening missions and story and stuff like that. And, I will actually probably, at some point in that video at the beginning, at the very end, recap all of the other Veil stuff, because there is a bunch of Veil stuff. I'll probably will do the Veil quest in its own video on next Monday. So a week from yesterday. on that next Monday, which would be the 28th. So on the 28th, there'll be a bunch of stuff regarding the Veil quest that I have not already uploaded, on top of the stuff that we get from the first week of the season. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this, leave a like, subscribe. I upload every single day on a variety of games. And yeah, we're on the road to 1K by the end of the year. And yeah, see you guys next time. Have a good day, buddy, and stay safe.